Hey, yo, welcome back to another episode of the Tapehead Massacre podcast. My name's Caleb, and today I'm joined with my lovely, courageous co-host, Chris. Hey, bud.
What's up? What's going on?
Dude, man, I'm stoked for this episode. This was your idea to do one of these. This is a midweek episode. We did one of these last week with Barbarian. So here we are again doing another midweek episode, but we're not talking a film. We're talking news. Figured it's we're right in the beginning of October, and there's a lot of stuff coming out. There's a lot of stuff that is being announced and released, and we figured we'd bring that to your attention and keep you guys updated. This is like Chris's, like, this is his bread and butter. This is where he stays. He's way more up to date on things than I am. He's got like apps that I didn't know existed that give him information, exclusive intel that we're all going to find out today. So I'm excited to talk over some things, and it's cool to like be back on another episode. Like, we were just recording the other day, and I'm like, hey, we're back again already. So feels good, man. How's the last couple of days of yours?
Bro, everything's good, bro. Just busy, man.
I love it.
Endlessly busy. Bro, one thing I wanted, well, first of all, I'm excited to do this because, like you said, this is my shit. I fucking love covering new releases, just new stuff going on. Plus, at the same time, I really want to give these labels a shout out and just kind of put people on to what's new.
Right.
And doing it in a way that's not like boring or something, you know?
Right.
What I mean?
Yeah.
We get to have a discussion about it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not just like a story post.
Yeah, which, like, that's pretty much what I do. But I actually kind of want to have a little bit more fun, and I need help. I texted you earlier and I was like, yeah, I need a new Instagram name because I think I'm gonna abandon Bearded Film Guy.
Okay.
And I need help, man.
Well, that's Instagram names and marketing. By the way, it's a brownie from Chick-fil-A.
Bro, the cookies are good as fuck.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. What's your go-to Chick-fil-A order?
Well, no meat from this guy. So yeah. I get the waffle fries. Ugh. I get the waffle fries with the Polynesian sauce.
That's it?
Usually, yeah.
They don't offer meatless sauce. Like, nothing.
There's no fish. So like that's usually my go-to at McDonald's. Go to McDonald's to get myself a fish fillet. Burger King offers the Impossible Whopper, so I at least can get that there. Arby's has fish, and Taco Bell has a ton of meatless options.
Yeah, beans, bro.
Yeah, I actually stopped doing the beans and I started doing potatoes. So if you substitute the meat for potatoes, dude, classic move.
So wait, so you just get a burrito full of potatoes?
No, so I'll get a Crunchwrap Supreme sub meat for potatoes. So it's everything that comes on a Crunchwrap.
Oh,
minus the meat, added potatoes, dude.
Okay,
it's fire.
I might have to try that.
It's really good, man. And plus, here's the thing: I don't get the aftermath that everyone else gets from eating Taco Bell, which is explosive shits. I don't experience that. I experience a normal, shit afterwards, but it's not like I'm in so much pain.
Yeah, I like to talk about the Power Bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Just like meat, lettuce, corn. It used to be Fritos, but they got rid of them.
Yeah, I know, because I used to like get the crunchy, cheesy roll-ups, which were good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so well, aside from food and stuff and things, oh wow, I totally just fucking blanked on. Oh yeah, talking about fucking your Instagram name and changing.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna make it Taco Bell potatoes.
Taco Bell potatoes.
Honestly, like, Bearded Film. I've had that page for like 3 years now. I think something like that. Some fucking ridiculous amount of time. Just get bored and just kind of want something else. And honestly, when I made that page, my beard was like real. This is synthetic. So,
Well,
I just don't know.
we'll definitely we will definitely come up with a proper name. I never eat while I'm recording, and for some reason I felt the urge to eat. Well, I'm gonna stop.
People love
But
that.
yeah, people love
That's
hearing
views, like, bro,
ASMR brownie eating. Tapehead Massacre does a side project podcast where it's just ASMR eating noises.
Food Head Massacre.
So
All right.
yeah, the food head.
So anyway, yeah, we're here to talk what's new.
Yeah. Well, first off, I'll tell you what's new. I checked out your spot that you told me to go to the other day, the House of Fun, and for
anybody
in Barrington, Barrington, New Jersey. So for any of our local listeners, we actually just had a new listener message us on Instagram and say that they're from South Jersey. So that's cool. Shout out to, you know who you are. You just messaged us. So
shout out.
You were just listening to our newest episode on random acts of violence. But anywho, yeah, so I went to House of Fun, and I walked away with only one film, which there were several. They had a solid tape selection, actually, which I was surprised about. There was a couple tapes. They had Death Spa. It was a bootleg, but nonetheless a hard thing to find. Like Death Spa is one of those like horror workout, like cult films, kind of like Linnea Quigley's horror workout.
Nice.
Death Spa is like the same style. Yeah. And then Blackout, which is another like hard to find like 80s slasher tape. But it was a cut box, so it was only $15 for a cut box. I mean, I'm not opposed to cut boxes. For anyone watching, this is my collection behind us, or part of my collection. I have some cut boxes right behind me here. But you know, I would prefer like the regular slip. So and then there was like some really fun big boxes, like old action stuff, and then they had a ton of boutique blues, and there was just a lot to choose from. Without breaking the bank, I kind of just scrolled it down to one. I almost got a second one, and I told myself I should have. I'm probably gonna go back in like a week or so, and if it's still there, I'll get it. I kept seeing these pop up on Instagram. Never heard of them before, but apparently there's a short franchise called Evil Dead Trap.
Oh yeah, Evil Dead Trap.
Yeah, it's like a Japanese film. I think there's 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken, and it looked fucking insane, from like the synopsis on the back to just the pictures and stuff. The slip was actually like really pretty. I forget the label that released that.
So I actually have it right here. I just saw it on I think Orbit DVD posted that they got a bunch of them.
Okay.
I'm trying to find out.
That could be it. I think that actually might
have
been.
Right.
They posted Evil Dead Trap 2, right?
Unearthed Films released Hideki, Evil Dead Trap 2.
Yeah, so that's where I first saw it, and then when I saw Evil Dead Trap 1 at House of Fun, I was like, oh man, I kind of have to pick this up. It looks rad.
Had it in the, did he have it in the clear, like the lock case they put him in? Yeah, I saw that last time I was there. Yeah,
so like almost all of his blues that at least were in slips or were sealed were in those like locked cases. But I wound up picking up a Severin Films title, Cannibal Man. You're not going to be able to see it. We tried doing this last time. There you go. You see Cannibal Man. There he is. You just see him, the cutout of him.
Which, if you guys have never seen that, and I know you haven't yet, it has nothing to do with cannibalism.
Yeah, I like looked at the back because like on the slip, it's just a dead girl. But when you actually like pop open and look, it doesn't look like he's eating anyone, which I mean, I'm whatever about. Like cannibal films are not really like, they're hit or miss for me, but I'm excited nonetheless.
As you have Cannibal Pharaoh behind you.
Yeah, I know. I have 3 copies of that actually. I have a bootleg, I have a PAL copy, and I have the US release. But
yeah, Cannibal Man, it's for anybody who doesn't know, it's a slasher movie where basically a guy kills his girlfriend and then hides her body in the bedroom, and the whole rest of the movie is people coming to his house basically being like, hey, have you seen this girl? And then he kills them and also puts them in the room. And that's pretty much.
Okay.
And then there's a
Yeah.
guy who knows he's killing people who watches him from a high rise.
Okay. All right. Dude, it looks fun. I'm not familiar with the director, Ela de la Iglesia, or Eloy de Iglesia. Rare Cult Cinema said 4 stars, not just another horror gore flick, but a dark, intelligent study of one man's descent into madness. So
It's pretty accurate.
yeah, I'm about it. The cover's fucking sick. You know, any of you longtime listeners know that I'm a slut for artwork. So if you give me good art, I'll probably buy your shit. Which one thing I do want to announce before we start deep diving the new news that are coming out, we have some new news as well. We had a bit of an audible play. This Sunday we were going to be talking Jeepers Creepers 2, but we actually got scheduling worked out with a guest that we tried having on a while back, but just with scheduling and things, it just didn't work out like that. But we are excited to announce that this Sunday we will have in person, because they are local to us, but we will have Matthew John Lawrence, the director of Uncle Peckerhead, and we will have Jeff Riddle, who plays Max in Uncle Peckerhead, on the show to talk Uncle Peckerhead.
Uncle Pecker.
If you guys haven't seen that, I highly fucking recommend this movie. I know way, way, way long ago on earlier episodes, I recommended this movie, but I'm just going to give you a quick rundown. It's about a punk band that goes on tour. Their van gets repoed and they need a van. So they ask people around town. They find this guy named Peckerhead who lets them use his van, and he has a deep, dark secret that he turns into a cannibalistic zombie at midnight every single night. And in order to prevent him from doing so, he has to shoot up heroin, or else he turns into a zombie at midnight. And this punk band is from Philly, and they play all these different venues. It is a real punk band that exists. They're called 500 Bucks. Max, or Jeff Riddle, who we'll have on the show, is a part of the band 500 Bucks. And I suggest their album just came out, so I suggest everybody go listen to that if punk's in your realm of music and things. But needless to say, I'm super excited. You can go watch Uncle Peckerhead for free, I believe.
It's on
Prime.
Freevee.
It's on what?
It's on Freevee, which is
there you go.
it used to be called like IMDb movies. Now
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on IMDb right now. Yes, it's free on Freevee right now.
Okay, cool. There you go. You can go watch it on Freevee for free. So make sure you guys watch that before we talk about it on Sunday. And but yeah, Chris, let's get into some shit, man. Let's rip into this news, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll kick off with just a couple things that came out this week that I picked up. There was a ton that dropped this week. Bram Stoker's Dracula from the 90s came out on 4K this week. There was a steelbook that dropped at Best Buy. Scream 2 came out on 4K, which I don't know. Right before the new Scream came out, they released the first Scream on 4K. I've heard it's okay. It's not really, it's a big jump from the Blu-rays that were out, but that's not really saying much considering those were so bad. Two that I actually picked up that I'm not even going to try to show because of this background and how everything works. But two really exciting ones that I was stoked for. The first one is Fright Night on 4K.
Oh yeah.
This was a movie that honestly I was more of a Lost Boys fan, honestly.
See, and I'm the other way. I watched Lost Boys, I think last year for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Fright Night was something that I was familiar with a while back, and I think if you look where our M is over here, you can see my side loader Fright Night copy.
I think I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
By the way, your Slumberhead Party Massacre figure over here is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah. I got that from Bobby Knipe, who we had on the show. I bought some tapes off of him and that action figure.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. But yeah, so Fright Night finally came out on 4K. This is an awesome release considering the Blu-ray hasn't had an official US release yet. So went from tape to a 4K. Everyone's been waiting for a copy of Fright Night to drop in the US for a long time. And it looks incredible. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole entire thing, but I threw on a couple key scenes. It is a 4K transfer from the original camera negative.
Okay.
Sony did a great job with it. There's a little bit of a color brightness issue, but I'm not working with a top dog TV. I think if it marginally looks better than it ever did before, huge improvement.
Yeah.
But my favorite part is it's actually a 3-disc set. So you have a whole entire disc just for bonus features.
I love that.
Bro, and it made me so happy because you have a feature-length documentary on here with interviews and all of that stuff. There's a ton of bonus features, and for like the $27 that they're asking for it, it's an awesome grab. And actually, my favorite part's on my Instagram, but the actual steelbook itself does not have the name of the movie on the front cover.
I saw that. Interesting.
Yep. It's only the art. It's only the spine that has the cover. It's just one of those things that like I just dig it when it's that way. You know what I mean? And then the other one that I picked up that I was even more excited for. Scream Factory finally released Army of Darkness.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll pull this up.
Bro, yeah. And this was something I was really excited about because I had a very basic edition of Army of Darkness that I actually bought from House of Fun like 3 years ago for $4.
It's the Steelbook, if I'm not mistaken, right?
There is a Steelbook that's the same release. It's either a Steelbook or a slip. Okay. So both are the same releases. But this is cool because Scream Factory released this before on Blu-ray. They did a Steelbook as well as a slipcover in the past, a slipcover that's now out of print. Yep, that's it right there. Super cool release. And the reason this is cool is they went with a full 4-disc set. So disc 1 has the theatrical cut. That's the original 4K scan. And if you actually see there, it's actually approved by director Sam Raimi, the director of photography Bill Pope, and the editor. So this wasn't just somebody trying their own thing. This is actually approved by the crew behind the movie.
Which is huge.
Huge, bro. Huge. And that's the 81-minute theatrical cut, as well as the second disc, which is just the Blu-ray. But the Blu-ray is a 4K master that has been downscaled. So it looks better than it's ever looked before. The Medieval Times documentary is on there. That's a feature-length documentary. That's an awesome one as well. Disc 3 is the director's cut, which for people who don't know, the director's cut is, I think, 97 minutes long. And it's a slight difference. There are some additional scenes. There's also some lines taken out from the theatrical cut that were different in this cut. Did a little bit of research. It is, in fact, Sam Raimi's preferred cut of the movie.
Okay, cool.
What we got. But it's still super cool to have that. And it does come with a brand new audio track, the DTS HD Master Audio. And then you also get the international cut on a 4th disc. So this is a huge release.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like bro, this is a heavy copy of this movie.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And it looks fantastic. I mean, for anybody who has seen Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2, the 4K transfers that they did for them way back, there's individual releases as well as a steelbook. They looked fantastic. Army of Darkness looks great. It's the best the movie's ever looked. I'm happy that you get every cut of the movie imaginable in one release. So a super good job from Scream Factory making up for some issues that they had.
Yeah.
In the past with some stuff, because we know they've had some issues. But yeah, super excited for that. And then huge ones for me, in my opinion. Scream Factory has finally announced their December releases. And one of them, there's 2 that I'm excited about. But the first one being Black Christmas, which fucking A, bro. I mean, I'm part of the team that said it's the first slasher ever made. It's the first. People want to say Halloween, Bob Clark was the first one doing the POV killer stalking scenes in Black Christmas. It's an awesome release. It's looking like it is a 4K scan of the original camera negative. For people who maybe aren't too familiar, the best thing that you want is a 4K scan of the original camera negative, especially depending on the source. Anytime you're typically doing a 4K restoration from 16 or 35 millimeter, that's when you get the best, because you keep a lot of the grain, a lot of the stuff that makes the movie feel part of its time, but you get the increased sharpness, you get all of that stuff. So this is a 4K scan of the original camera negative, as well as a 2022 restoration of the original mono track and the 5.1 audio, which restores missing dialogue, music, and sound effects.
Yeah, that's huge.
Awesome, dude. And it's in Dolby Vision, which means it's HDR10. So that is awesome. You also have a Blu-ray as well, which is a brand new 4K scan, just downgraded. You still get the mono track restoration as well as the 5.1 audio. And then for people who maybe don't own this movie, make sure you listen to the audio commentary with director Bob Clark. It's awesome. Just him going into the mindset of making this movie before this even existed. It's really cool. And then, of course, you get a bonus features disc, which doesn't contain anything new. It is original bonus features from the original Scream Factory release, but still super awesome. They're doing a pin set with a poster, all this stuff. That's a super cool release that just went up.
Yeah, that's rad, man. That's got a lot of content in it as well. Definitely huge for the option for the restoration of the original mono track.
Yeah.
That's super rad. And like you said, the 4K scan of the original negative is also supreme.
Well, that's what you want. Yeah, that's what you want. And then same thing goes for Scream Factory. Or no, I'm sorry, not Scream. Wow. Scream Factory is also, I meant to say, releasing Brian De Palma's Carrie on 4K, which you can see the many options there, which I just want to say, go back and look at the steelbook that's coming out for this, for Carrie. I'm not really a steelbook fan, but I might have to pre-order that steelbook.
Honestly, man, this steelbook, I love steelbooks. So I don't know. This is something I might have to cop because I am a big fan of Carrie.
Bro, that's a wicked steelbook.
It is. Are these going to be different products here? I'm looking. Hold on.
So they offer packages.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to look at.
Yeah, so you have like where you get the slipcover edition, you get the pin set, the steelbook, and you get posters. So
yeah, this is the package right here. And
yeah,
for 130, that's a pretty solid package. You get the Carrie collector's edition with the limited edition steelbook plus 2 posters and a pin set. That fucks.
Yeah, dude. And that steelbook's fucking awesome. That is some of the best art I've seen come out of Scream Factory in a long time.
But when you look at the steelbook opened and the full image that carries over, that is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's wicked. I don't know who the artist is. It's probably somewhere on that page. The artist who did that art. But that's a wicked steelbook, bro. That is crazy. And this is a super cool release too. This you're getting 4K scan of the original camera negative in Dolby Vision. No updated audio track, but the audio track was probably good enough, which is why there's really no reason to touch it. You do get a second disc, which is Blu-ray, which is still a 4K scan, but it's just downgraded. And then you have a Blu-ray bonus features disc, which shout out to them for continuing to keep that rolling, because Blu-rays can handle a lot as far as space is considered, but when there is a standalone bonus features disc, I get a lot more excited about it.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's always nice having that additional disc to kind of give you, just a lot of extra features. I love watching bonus features personally, and I mean, a
lot of it, like, Scream Factory, same with Arrow. A lot of these movies, there's not really a ton of new information out about them. So Scream Factory goes back and does these interviews, and they're really cool to listen to. They're really personal. It's not really just like, oh, this is what happened when we made the movie. It's more so like they talk about the actors, their careers leading up to Carrie, post the movie as well. They do a really good job with them. But Scream Factory, first of all, that's a great price for the collector's edition, $18.50 for that. Just not a fan of that artwork. So I'm being completely
honest. That whole set came out like that style, and
yeah, I mean, like, some of them look great, some of them just not the biggest.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking plain ass Jane. I do like. I mean, there's nothing really special about this. I mean, that's like the original art, but this came out last month.
Yeah, the Funhouse, which I heard I would have got that if I hadn't just bought the Blu-ray release.
Okay.
So, so people got a little insight into kind of like what I do as a collector, especially when it comes to Scream Factory. I want the entire Scream Factory collector's edition line. But 90% of what they put out over the years that they've been around, they're going to put out in 4K because people are going to upgrade. And in 10 years, I think most of that original collector's edition line is going to be upgraded. And it's not like you're losing anything from one to the other. There are a couple instances which I can't remember, but there was one instance with a release where there was a making of that was only available on like a DVD release.
Okay.
But most of the time you're carrying over the same stuff.
Yeah.
They're also releasing Piranha on 4K. Scream Factory is. I can't remember when. I want to say November. Yep, on 4K. And that's really cool because they're going back to November 1st. They're going back to doing reversible art on the other side. So they're kind of working with old posters and one sheets and stuff, which is really cool.
Let's see if I can get that image. Hold on. Because there was a here we go.
So it's actually I think it's the art that's on the poster. It's gonna be I forget what the alternative. They posted on their Instagram what their alternative art was gonna be. Oh, that one there it is.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's going to be the reversible cover, which is just another one sheet.
I always like that. I mean, Arrow does that, all the time. The reversible cover. It's like, my Mutilator copy has the alternate title, which was the original title, Fall Break.
Yeah.
It's just always nice to have that feature. The Burning has a cool, flip-sided release as well.
Yeah, that's what Scream Factory. Because Scream Factory originally with the Blu-rays, it was always limited edition art on the front, and then you could flip the inside artwork and it would be the original poster.
Okay, gotcha.
Now with the 4Ks, they're kind of sticking with the original artwork, which I like.
Yeah, that's cool.
There are people complaining because they're like, hey, we're paying for a premium, and part of that premium was getting exclusive artwork.
I can understand that.
They just did it with Child's Play 2 and 3. They came with alternative slipcovers that were not the theatricals. Like when you ordered the set, you got the theatrical poster on all of the slipcovers, and then you would get the secondary slipcovers that were the alternative art. Yeah, Return to the Living Dead coming out in 4K as well.
I think it said the 18th.
Yep, day after my birthday. What up?
Hey. That's actually a good price for that too, $95.
Because it says it's at a pin set again. Yeah, the pins.
Pin set, poster, and
the 4K.
The 4K. Yep.
A lot of these, man, like you get an advantage if you buy from Scream Factory because 99% of the time you're gonna get it a week early.
Okay.
If you order from Scream Factory, if you do a pre-order. But I think on here most of their 4Ks go for like $37.99, and you can find them at Best Buy or on Amazon for like $27.99 day of release. Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, other than them, some huge news, bro. Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, let me get over that.
Drop some fire in October. Look at that.
Yeah, baby. Here we go. So for listeners that aren't watching this, This is my realm of the horror world. As you know, I'm a big Texas Chainsaw fan. Vinegar Syndrome is releasing a 4K Ultra HD steelbook. This is a steelbook, right? Or no, it's not.
No, so
No,
it's a hard slip
it's
case
a
with
hard,
a slip cover version inside.
yeah, of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Fuck yeah.
My favorite. You get your gore, you get your comedy, and your babe. So there's a lot packaged into this film. Yeah, right here at the bottom left it says download our app, so I'll have to do that. But yeah, this is oh god, this is looking so good.
Yeah, dude, this is awesome. So what they do is Vinegar Syndrome has a couple different ways that they approach. So this they're doing the hard box, which is limited to 10,000 units, which you can see only 1,000 left in stock.
Yeah,
that's wild, dude.
They've sold 9,000 already. Yeah, and I think this dropped 2 days ago. The pre-order
this or last week it dropped. I think Saturday.
Did it? Okay. Oh, okay.
Saturday. And you can see there's a ton of bonus features. So it's a hard box, and then inside that hard box is going to be a slipcover case of the movie. And then once this is gone, they're going to go to a standard just slipcover. It's going to be that one there probably. Yeah, this is, first of all, dude, this is the, I think, third kind of bigger mainstream release Vinegar Syndrome has put out in the last 3 months. They did Incredible Melting Man, which we picked up, which is an MGM release. They announced Roadhouse on 4K, which is like mind-blowing, but fucking awesome. Oh, and then Amityville Horror, another MGM release. They just did that in 4K. And then now Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which they've been teasing for months now, since summer. So really excited about this. Vinegar Syndrome always puts in incredible work into their releases, so I don't doubt that the quality is going to be awesome.
Dude, this art right here is fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that slipcover is something else.
Yeah,
that's the box.
And it was like me yesterday. I think it was yesterday when I got when I was at House of Fun. I was just like, I've already decided that I'm not gonna buy loose blues. I'm only gonna do stuff with slipcovers, steel books, media books.
Welcome to the world, man. Welcome to the fucking OCD problem with collecting.
Yeah, well, I was already there with tapes because I was like, I'm gonna be that like fucking cut box snob, and then I got like a bunch of movies I really wanted that were cut box, and I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like they had Zombie 3, 4, and 5.
They did. Yeah.
At House of Fun, but they were all no slips. I mean, I don't think they came with slips. They're all Severin releases.
Severin, few and far between they do slips.
Okay. So yeah, I was like, fuck, do I get these? But they are cool. They're like the black casing, which is like always fun. I think like predominantly most of my loose blues or like non-slip blues are blue casing. So I always like to change it up. I think the one's yellow. I think Zombie 3 has a yellow casing, and then the other two are black. But
yeah, I have a actually it did come with a slip, but I didn't get it. I have the Severin release of Grizzly and Day of the Animals.
Yeah.
And then I have Cannibal Man with the slip, and I have House on the Edge of the Park.
Okay.
Slip as well. Severin, their slips are right up there with Vinegar Syndrome. They're that hard, that thick, matte, and
this feels great.
Yeah, dude, they're really good.
You can see this now. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So hell yeah, man. Vinegar Syndrome knocking it out of the park with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. That's up for $43 on a pre-order. Yep. They also released a couple other titles, announced a couple other titles. They announced a 4K release of the Werewolf versus Vampire Woman, which I'm not familiar with, but
cool title.
Cool slipcover. It looks bonkers, as most Vinegar Syndrome releases are. This might be one that I grab eventually. So that was up. That's $37, which is great for a 4K. Don't open till Christmas, they announced. This, be careful opening that front cover because there's boobies.
Got it.
So for YouTube, this looks like a bonkers Christmas movie.
Is there boobs? Is there boobs right there?
Yep.
Oh yeah. All right. Yep.
It's art, but
yeah, it's
from 1984. So that's coming out. This one I'm excited about. I didn't order it yet. I'm going to, but they announced Blood Delirium, which if you can find there, it's an awesome slip. Blood Delirium is from 1988. It's a Sergio Bergonzelli movie. I don't know if I said that name right.
Sounded good to me.
Blood Delirium, this movie I've seen once in my life, and it's absolutely bonkers. That back case is awesome.
Yeah, that's a sweet cover.
If you are a Vinegar Syndrome fan and you are a fan of just blindly purchasing Vinegar Syndrome movies and having no idea what you're in for, this is like the perfect one to buy because it's manic. There's a ton of sex. There's a ton of violence. It's just fucking balls to the wall.
Blood Delirium. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. And then, dude, this is so Erica actually knows one of the releases they're releasing, and we're gonna put in an order, I think, this weekend, and it's Moon of the Wolf, which I am not familiar with. She saw this on TV back in the day.
Okay.
This is from 1972. And it's part of the VSA collection, which is the Vinegar Syndrome Archive collection.
Okay.
Which is basically inspired by, if people don't know, the Archive store in Connecticut, which is
gotcha.
owned by the same owner. So this is, according to Erica, fantastic. I fully believe her. That shot is wild. If you're watching this on YouTube, I don't know what's happening, but something's happening there.
We got a transformation, it looks like.
So this is one that her and I are going to be picking up together. This and Blood Delirium. Super cool release there. And then you got to be careful opening up this next one too, because we have, let's see here. Let me click on this real quick. So this comes with an embossed and spot gloss slipcover, and this is a double feature of Come With Me, My Love and Satan Was a Lady, or / Satan Was a Lady. Oh yeah, it's a double feature. This is a supposedly highly intimate and erotic experience.
That's what the cover says. Yeah, we can't scroll through those photos.
So yeah, we're not going to go through, but this is part of the Pico-Rama that they own, as you see, Pico number 16. So this is the Pico-Rama. One of those, bro, we had to talk about this before we recorded a live episode of how I kind of want to collect this Pico-Rama series, but I don't know if I can convince myself to do it.
Yeah, I know that this is like, I mean, I had a phase of collecting like porn on tape just because it was like, I don't know, nostalgic for me, you know, but like, I know a lot of these like erotic films like are just nutty. And like they actually have like a story to them, and you know, I'd be down to check one out, you know. You know, I just ordered Thriller, which you said was a fucking crazy one.
Oh, that's so yeah, that one. You bought that off Mercari, right?
Yeah, I haven't got it yet.
Yeah, that's the thing with Thriller, if people have seen it, is the difference between the director's cut titled Thriller and the theatrical cut titled They Call Her One Eye is specifically these unsimulated sex scenes that were added in when they hired porn actors. And that's the only difference in the whole movie.
That checks out why they didn't keep that in the theatrical.
Yeah, well, yeah, they couldn't. But it's weird because it fits the movie so well. Like, you're just not surprised that randomly pops up when it does happen.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the movie's in like slow motion. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, I mean, as far as releases go, let me double check. I do have some notes here. I know there's been a ton of stuff being announced. Oh, Dawn of the Dead was also released, was announced for 4K from Screen Factory, the Zack Snyder remake.
Awesome. And also to add on that right now, check your local Regal Cinema because Dawn of the Dead is showing for about a week. When this comes out, it'll be the 6th. So I think it's like until like the 15th or 14th, maybe something like that. But the original Dawn of the Dead will be showing in select Regal theaters. So just check your local Regal and see if they're showing it because that'll
In
definitely
3D.
be in 3D. Yeah, that'll be something to see for sure. And then on top of that, I want to go and plug the Mahoning Drive-In.
Yeah.
Because they definitely have some new things coming up. So I want to get into their events. They have let's see, Freddy Fest is coming up from it's this weekend. So it starts on Friday and ends Sunday. They're showing they're showing all the
They're showing all of them except they're showing all except for New Nightmare. So night 1 is 1 through Dream Warriors. Night 2 is 4 through 6, and then on Sunday they're doing like a
Craven
fix.
Yeah, Craven fix.
Where they're showing a couple more Craven, West Craven,
Swamp Thing, and Serpent in the Rainbow.
Yes, yeah. Which Swamp Thing would be awesome to see.
Oh, definitely. So they got Freddy Fest, then we got Pieces that plays on Tuesday.
35 millimeter of Pieces, bro. That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, Grindhouse is doing a tour of that right now. So that's like a Grindhouse event, which will be cool.
Which Grindhouse, if people don't, if collectors out there don't collect Grindhouse releasing, they have the best releases of Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Pharaoh,
Zombie,
The Beyond. They released what else do I have by them? They just released Death Game, which is what the Eli Roth movie Knock Knock is almost a shot-for-shot remake of. Pieces, like Grindhouse releasing in themselves is a little independent label, and their releases are fucking awesome. So I'm so glad that that's coming around.
Yeah, super sick. We got the 90s Rewind, Vincent Price twice. That should be fun.
That's cool. Yeah.
I forget what they're showing on that because these don't. Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Yeah. The Abominable Dr. Phoebes or Fibes, right? Fibes. I think it's Fibes.
Yeah, Fibes.
Yeah, and House of Wax. We have The Omen on October 18th.
It's all for you, Damien.
We got one of my fucking favorites, Harry the fucking Hendersons, showing on the 20th of October.
Hell yeah.
Plus Bigfoot. And then let's see, they just announced.
Trick or Treat and Trick or Treat.
Yeah, they're playing both.
And roll slasher.
Yeah, they're playing the Michael Kerr, which dude's got the same last name as me, so it's got to be cool, right? I think his name's Michael. But yeah, the rock star from Trick or Treat, and then your Sam, Sackhead Trick or Treat. You got The Witches showing with Labyrinth on October 28th. The Witches is a cool one. Has like
I like the Labyrinth too, man. Erica showed me Labyrinth, and that's a good David Bowie in his big package in that.
Yeah, big time. What did they just announced something and it's not on here.
Let's see. Actually, let me pull it up right here. I got the Instagram up and running. I sound like an old man right there. So
I got the old Instagram.
Oh yeah, they're doing Idle Hands and Final Destination.
Yeah, it's a Devon fest.
Double Devon.
Yeah. So what was it again?
So it's Idle Hands and Final Destination on October 21st.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking awesome, actually.
Yeah, that's sick.
Like that. That's all. I wonder if Devin Sawa. Why don't they get Devin Sawa there?
Well, we do know that Kevin Smith is going to be there next year for Smith Fest, so that is confirmed. But yeah, so that's some things going on at the Mahoning. So anybody that's near the tri-state area, it is in Lehighton, Pennsylvania, in Mahoning Valley. It is the Mahoning Drive-In. It is the largest running single screen drive-in in the U.S.
Oh,
And most of their shit is shown on 35. That's what they try and stick to. They're known for VHS Fest and Camp Blood, as I'm wearing my Camp Blood shirt right now. They're just they're keeping the genre alive and the community well kicking.
yeah.
So
Oh, dude.
that's what's going on at the Mahoning. I know we also have this weekend Spookies at the Alamo. I think that's
Yeah.
tomorrow. If I'm not mistaken.
October
Spooky.
6th, I remember, right?
I'm pretty sure it's the 6th. Yeah. Spookies at the Alamo Draft House is going to be
It's going to be sometime. They're not going to tell you on the website.
yeah, it's not
Click
happening.
buy tickets.
Yeah. New York.
New York. New York.
No, sorry.
Oh.
The show is not scheduled in New York. That's not.
Click buy tickets right there.
Yeah, it brought me down to that low menu here.
Oh, it brought you down there.
Yeah. I know Frank posted about it.
Yeah, I'll go on his Facebook right now.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to get the date wrong, which is why I want to get this right. Today 10/5. That's Los Angeles. That can't be right. I don't fucking know because this isn't
so Saturday, October 8th.
October 8th. Okay, and that's at the Alamo Draft House in New York.
Yep, and it's for anybody who didn't see the episode that we did with Frank Farrell. Do yourself a favor and go back and check it out, especially if you're a deep dive horror nerd. But Frank Farrell will be there, producer director. Brendan Faulkner is a co-director and writer, as well as Nick Gianta, who played Duke, and John Betty, who played Muckman. And it's actually cool because for people who don't know, Spookies had a crazy behind the scenes. And right after Spookies, it's a double feature with Twisted Tale, The Unmaking of Spookies. So that's going to be really awesome. Frank's going to be there in person. I really wish that we could be there to see him. We had a great time with him on the show, man. What do you think?
We did. Yeah, that was a great episode. I highly recommend you guys going to check that out. One thing I do want to shout out is Jason Rises, a Friday the 13th fan fiction graphic novel. I'll post the description to this I'll post the link to this in the description of this episode. So this is coming out of Queen Creek, Arizona. These guys are, if you watch this video, I'm not going to play the whole thing now. It's a little lengthy, but it's a graphic novel that it takes place after part 1. So, Mrs. Voorhees is dead. Jason is Sackhead and it comes back and kills. I think they have the characters are split up between the Yuppies and I forget what the other group is that they call them. But it is by writer Scott Allen Gregory and illustrator E.V. Cantata.
Oh, yeah.
The art for it looks absolutely fucking amazing.
Is it black and white with red as the blood?
I'm not too sure, but if we can kind of zoom in here and see some of this art, it just looks fucking great. And it's doing really well. It's on Kickstarter. Their original goal was for 2,000 and currently they're at 8,400. So they're doing very well. Back this project and you'll get your perks that you do when you back things. I also want to
I haven't backed this yet. Let's go over to perks. Let's see what they are.
Let's see.
If you click back this project, maybe it'll show you the
pledge without all right. So if you pledge $5, you'll get a digital download of it. If you pledge $10, you'll get a digital download of the soundtrack and 2 high-res desktop wallpapers. Pledge $25, you get all of that plus the standard paperback edition. You pledge $40, you get all of that plus the print edition, the Chris Lair variant cover. If you pledge, it's different variant covers at $40 with different artist covers. Pledge $50, the Camp Blood Deluxe. You get the 150-page deluxe hardcover edition, pack of 3 5x7 art cards, digital download of the graphic novel, download of the soundtrack, and 2 high-res desktop wallpapers. And then there's the deluxe Camp Blood Deluxe signed, which is the same thing I just read. with a signed 150-page deluxe hardcover edition.
Hell yeah.
So honestly, those pledges are super cheap and get you a copy. The other thing that I want to plug is let's see, it is Bobby Knipe's new film that is on Indiegogo right now. It's called Woke. I'll also post that in the description. Bobby is doing great. They had a low goal at the face of this at $1,000. We've reached 11, or they've reached 1,195. You watch this video here, it gives you a whole backstory. This is being released by SRS Cinema, which is a huge release for them. So stoked for Bobby on that. You get some perks as this as well. You get a special thanks. You get a DVD, a t-shirt, Blu-ray, t-shirt, but big boy sizes, poster, signed poster. You get your Polaroid in the movie. You get your name in the movie. You get your song in the movie, which I'll just tease this now. Cheer Up Dusty is doing this perk.
Yeah.
So we will have a song featured in the film. Podcast in the movie. We'll see what's up. You know, maybe we'll do a little something. Be a newscaster, associate producer cred, co-executive producer cred, or executive producer. So a lot of perks with that one. So I'll post that in the description as well.
Oh yeah.
Lots of shit going on. Let's what's coming out, bro?
Bro, I got
something?
2 more things real quick.
Yeah.
One I want to plug, which I just remembered. This is super cool. If you actually go to stopthekiller.com, on there is a new novel that is for pre-order, and it is a novelization of the original My Bloody Valentine. It's written by Armando Munoz. And this is a hardback. So there's the game that this company has put out. Somewhere on here, there's going to be probably under catalog. There is a novel, or go to shop. And yep, on the right there, My Bloody Valentine, the novel. And yes, this is awesome. So it's a companion to the 1981 film. And this is the first print. This is the first printing release. So this is actually autographed by the author, as well as I think George Mahalka, who is the original director, who wrote the foreword. That's going to be autographed on a book plate. Inside of this, you get limited edition cover art, which is that one there. You get an extra chapter that's only in the first printing, and it's a hardcover book with a dust jacket. So, dude, this is awesome for $34.95.
Yeah, that's a great price.
This is so cool, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, bro. So just one of those little things I wanted to plug real quick. And then also, I want to shout out one of my favorite documentaries in the world, In Search of Darkness, which has released 2 4.5-hour long documentaries about 80s horror. And tomorrow, In Search of Darkness 3 gets announced.
Let's go.
Is it out yet? Is that it right there?
It says that it's $70 plus shipping.
Hell yeah. I'm actually ordering it right now. This is my favorite documentary ever. I haven't seen part 3 yet. Part 3 is actually a dive into so if you click on it, it says it goes on sale tomorrow. So In Search of Darkness Part 3 is actually a dive into straight to video releases in the 80s.
Nice.
So this is awesome. I have In Search of Darkness 1, In Search of Darkness 2. I also have In Search of Tomorrow, which is their sci-fi version, which Erica's name is in the credits of. This is an awesome documentary. Combined for the 3, you're looking at about 13.5 hours or so. But these are awesome. The artwork is awesome. $80 or $70. You get.
I love that Spookies and Street Trash are on the cover.
Bro, Intruder is in there. Blood Beach, Bloody Birthday, Fear No Evil,
Brain.
You know, dude, these are so fucking awesome. And these are as
Blood
legit.
Rage.
Yeah, bro. These are as legit as documentaries get. And for $69.99, you get your name in the credits as well.
Yeah, and then I want that membership card.
Bro, this is so sick. I'm waking up tomorrow morning. And the thing that's cool is part one and part two were unavailable in this time since they've come out. You kind of had one chance to get them. They are actually going to be offering a trilogy set, which is going to contain all three Blu-rays. Definitely worth investing into checking out. These documentaries are awesome and they're super rewatchable. And I've seen both of them like 3 times, and every single time I just have a blast.
Yeah, I've watched both of them like one pass through each, and I love it every time.
Yeah, I just wanted to plug this because I know this comes out tomorrow. So if anybody,
that's a good plug.
Yeah, dude, pick this up because it's an awesome release. It comes out, the pre-order is available tomorrow. It'll start shipping in December. So
yep, there we go. Yep, it'll be available on the 6th of October. Yep, there we go.
Yeah,
well,
dude.
Fuck yeah, that's fucking tight. What is coming out this month that we should give the listeners an insight to?
Dude, Terrifier 2 comes out tomorrow.
That's a fucking right, bro. There we go. Terrifier 2. So far sitting at a 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
Yeah,
it's getting a theatrical release, which is crazy for what this originally was. I mean, it was a Netflix original, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's what it was originally, like at least
not a Netflix original. It was exclusive streaming rights on Netflix.
Oh, that's what I meant.
And Dread released it on Blu-ray. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So super cool to see. And there's a lot of like a lot of stuff going out, words being exchanged saying that art is going to be the new horror icon, or a new horror icon. So that's pretty cool to see, off of something that is essentially gore porn. I mean, Friday isn't gore porn. Texas has a taste of it. Freddy isn't gore porn. I mean, there's elements, but like Terrifier is just gore porn. So like, you know what I mean? And like for it to just be a strictly gore porn film and it's getting a theatrical release on part 2, that's just nutty. So
I'm 2 hours and 18 minutes long.
Yeah, right. 2 hours and 18 minutes long. So get ready for a lot of gore. So, and we have Felissa Rose is going to be in it from, according to her Instagram, she's in it. Yeah, and we have Chris Jericho as well. Yeah, Felissa Rose plays Miss Principe. Yeah. So, and then Chris Jericho plays a security guard named Burke.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, break the walls down.
Dude, honestly, even more exciting than Terrifier, which I'm super psyched for Terrifier 2, but Friday, the new Hellraiser lands on Hulu.
Right. Yeah, and I know that there was a premiere last night in LA, I think it was.
Dude, it first premiered at Fantastic Fest last week, and the reviews are fantastic.
Like, needless to say.
Yeah. People are saying it's the best since the Hellraiser 2. Pretty much.
See, I am way behind on my Hellraiser lore and knowledge. I think I've only seen the first one.
Now you gotta at least see Hellraiser 2 and 3, man.
Yeah, I know.
3 isn't great, but it's still very good compared to the other 7 in the trilogy.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see this and check it out. The one thing I do want to check out too that came out a little while ago on Hulu is the Predator series.
Oh,
it's a series, right? Prey, yeah.
Well, it's a movie.
It's a movie. Okay, I didn't know if it was a movie or see. That's the thing. Like I'm a little bit behind on it. I went through like this like Alien and like Predator like phase for a little bit, like at the beginning of the year, where I was like, I watched AVP and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch all the Alien films and then I'm gonna watch all 3 Predator films. So I think there's 3, right? And then
so you have the Predator, which was the Shane Black one from a couple years ago.
Yep. And then there's Predator 1 and 2.
Dude, I watched Prey like a night or two after it came out, and it's good. Like, it's very well made. It definitely doesn't live up to, I think, neither Predator or even Predator 2. Um, it's very much in that kind of like weird middle ground. Um, but it's good. It's not terrible. It's better than the Predator, and
Okay.
but yeah, dude, Halloween ends as well.
Halloween fucking ends. And for the love of God, let's just hope that it does. Let's just hope that it fucking does. And
It's
this better
done for
not.
It's done for Blumhouse, they said.
Well, listen, this is a franchise that has gone left, right, sideways, backwards, forwards. It's done a lot. All right. And this is a franchise where I think it's just hit a dead wall. And this one's titled Halloween Ends. And you can't, fuck, you can't title the movie Halloween Ends if something doesn't happen. Now, let me get your take on this real quick. Here we are an hour into this. I'm probably going to talk the most controversial part of this entire episode, even though, well, yeah, there could be some hot takes what we already talked about, but let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
I know Tyler's not here to put up a fight. But what do you think? You think they're going to kill Michael, or you think they're going to kill Laurie Strode?
Okay. I don't really know what they're gonna do. I think in order for Michael to die, I think Laurie's gonna have to die.
What do you think? That's like the piece that keeps him going, or whatever.
I mean, yes and no. This does not carry the Michael Myers is her brother thing,
Right.
because this is only following the original Halloween plot line.
Right.
That didn't come in until Halloween 2.
Yeah.
So it's not following that plot line. I don't know. There's a ton of ways that it can go. This takes place, I think, 4 years after Kills.
No fucking
Um,
way.
it's something like that. Yeah, she says it in the trailer. Because he pretty much disappears. Months or years. Forgive me for not remembering.
No, it's fine.
But
I mean, I didn't know, because I don't really, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care to know.
yeah,
Pam
there's
and
a
I,
significant time jump.
yeah, Pam and I went and saw Kills in theater, and I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, when
Dude,
I
I
left,
love Halloween Kills.
see, I thought the kills were good. It was a brutal film in that sense. But here's the thing: you take Halloween, you take Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you take Nightmare on. Nah, let's leave Nightmare out of this, because I don't have respect for that franchise.
Oh, geez.
But you take Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you take Halloween, and even, all right, let's just take those two, because those two pretty much try to take themselves seriously for a majority of the franchise.
Yeah.
Right. Halloween takes itself seriously the whole time. There isn't any really comedic relief in any of those films. When you have a film that takes itself seriously, flops in the sense of bad plot or bad story, and it makes it funny, that's where you lose me. And I think that happens a lot of time with modern horror, because they try to make these movies so serious, and then there's such a faulty point in the plot that makes it flop, and then you laugh at it almost as if it's tripped and fell, and you're being a bully, and you're like, ha ha ha, you're stupid. So like, that's kind of how I feel about Kills. Like, it was like, okay, the same thing with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise. Like, the newest one was a gore porn flick that had a terrible story, and it didn't make any sense. It made Leatherface look like a pussy at the beginning, because Leatherface, anytime he sees anybody, he fucking kills them, like, unless it's family, right? And this, he like got taken out in cuffs, and was in cuffs in the back of a fucking police car, like, or van, whatever. And I'm like, dude, what? Or ambulance. He was in the back of an ambulance. Yeah, no, it wasn't a police car. It was an ambulance. He was taking his mother or whatever, who died of a heart attack. He was like, there's no way that's like, no, that's not going to happen. Like, from my whole point to sum this whole thing up is that kills just did not stick for me enough. I thought the Halloween, the new one, or the start of this
2018.
the
Yeah.
2018. Thank you. I thought that was great.
Mhm.
I enjoyed that one a lot. I thought that one was good. For the sake of saking, all right, I will watch. You know what I'll do? I'll watch Halloween Kills again tonight. We're gonna end this episode. I'm gonna watch it again tonight. All right. I'll give it an at-home view. All right, where I can, well, I don't know if
where I can fall asleep 30 minutes in.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's hard to say. I don't know if I dissect harder at home or in the theater, because I feel like in the theater, I'm like, I just paid money for this. I got popcorn. I got soda. I'm here for an experience. If you don't give me that, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Let me ask you this. So I when you do watch Halloween Kills again,
yeah,
I ask you to watch it in the context of a center movie of 3. Because
it needs to be like a jumper. It's like a jumper film.
So
yeah, it's a bridge.
It's a bridge movie for sure. And I think that for the resurrection of an 80s franchise, Halloween, David Gordon Green, Jason Blum, Ryan Turek have done it the best that you're going to do it. I think bringing back a legacy character, extending that legacy character by having family that exists within this universe now that she has to protect. I thought that the direction they brought Laurie Strode, where she kind of locked down and built this fortress of weaponry, was great.
Yeah.
And I thought that it still felt like it belonged in the franchise, because you have that whole thing of when it was over, you're like, well, he's not going to die. We didn't see him die. So then Halloween Kills is purely meant to be like that house fire. It's just drenched in gasoline and it's out of control. And if you actually watch it in the context of a middle movie, they do a lot of really cool things, by bringing back legacy characters, again, bringing them into it, but callbacks to like Halloween 4 by having the town mob mentality that kind of forms and happens around.
Yeah.
You have the story of the 2 gay characters that now live in Michael Myers' old house, which I liked. And I do think the town mob idea of like, hey, we're going to gather up. We have the baseball bat, the Peacemaker, and we're going to find him, I think is honestly like not too far off from what would possibly go down.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Town. But then here's the thing I like too, right? Because it's a bridge movie, obviously the plot is continued from the first into the third. There's not a lot of stuff changing in the second movie, but I love the subplot of them confusing the other escaped convict,
which was neat.
Which I love that. And I thought that him being so terrified in the hospital and jumping to his death, which I love that subplot. A lot of people didn't. I thought that was great. I felt like, again, the movie felt very planted in reality outside of the fact that just Michael Myers can't die. And then like the kills obviously are brutal. It's as brutal as Michael Myers has ever been. It's more brutal than Rob Zombie's take on Halloween.
Yeah.
And I think everybody always complains that these franchises don't do anything different, right? They're always like, oh, it's the same thing over and over again. And then you have the last act of this movie, which is an awesome sequence where he gets jumped pretty much by the town. Yeah. And then there's these awesome shots of him slashing his knife and there's blood flying through the air. And it's so different than anything we've ever seen before in the franchise. Even, well, plot point or spoiler for a movie that's been out for a long time. Even
you had your chance,
right? Even Myers being in the house to kill Laurie Strode's daughter, I thought was such an awesome setup for where the characters are going to be for the ends. And I think when all 3 movies are out and you sit down and you say, okay, I'm going to watch this from beginning to end, I think Kills is kind of gonna gain that cult status because let's be real, the writing in that movie is fucking awful. I never want to hear Evil Dies Tonight again in my life.
Yeah.
But I think it's all gonna fit perfectly once the third one's out.
Yeah, I think you made a lot of good points, and I'm kind of looking forward to rewatching it now tonight. All right, you got me. You talk a good game,
Dude, I
so
love, bro, Halloween Kills. It was like the most easily digestible movie, a slasher movie. And every single time I put it on, I just have a good time.
well,
Like
good. I'm
just
gonna
like,
look forward. I'm
oh.
looking forward to watching it again tonight. I am, and it's gonna give me some life back into it. But
Listen, man, we need feedback on this episode. We need people to let us know.
we need all of your opinions, and we need all of this.
Yeah.
Listen, I want to shout out for those that are new here. Welcome. Our usual format is episodes every Monday. We review films, we talk with directors and actors and all that hoopla, and we do interviews. But we like to have a lot of fun here on the show. Now, December 10th, we have a big event coming up, and it's going to be in Allentown, Pennsylvania at the Palace Center. And it is Jason Takes PA with special honored guest Kane Hodder in attendance. This is not a convention. This is an event based around Kane and Kane's career, with a majority of proceeds going to the Burn Foundation. General admission tickets are $40. So basically $40 at least gets you a meet and greet with Kane Hodder. So, for that alone, it's worth it, in my opinion. We will be there. We are sponsoring the event. We're going to have Kane Hodder on the show. There's a lot to look forward to within the next couple of months. And like I said at the beginning of the episode, we have director and actor of Uncle Peckerhead, Matthew John Lawrence, director, and Jeff Riddle, actor, plays Max in Uncle Peckerhead. It's about a punk band that goes on tour with a killer zombie. And I'm excited. A killer cannibal zombie. Yeah, he's not dead, so he's not a zombie. Well, I guess he kind of turns into a zombie. You'll see when you watch it. Chris, you will
watch it on Freevee.
Yeah, you'll watch it on Freevee. There we go. Shout out Freevee. Chris, is there anything else that you'd like to add to our news episode?
Not really. I just really encourage people to let us know what you think. I mean, this platform is constantly evolving. We're constantly trying to evolve the show and do something different. I mean, honestly, the thing I look forward to most is just sitting down with my friends and talking.
Same.
The fact that people listen to this is just a bonus. It's an added bonus that I appreciate more than ever. This is what I think I've been on the show now a couple months.
Yeah.
And it's been incredible. I just really want people to look into the Jason Takes PA event. Proceeds or a portion of all the tickets are going directly to the Burn Foundation. So it's an awesome charity. I'm excited to be there. I hope that some of you guys are there. I hope that we get to meet some of you in person.
Yeah.
Just stoked, man. Let us know what you think of this episode. If this is something that people like, then we'll keep this rolling.
Yeah, absolutely. Because this could be a weekly thing that we put out, or maybe a bi-weekly thing, because news doesn't unfold all the time. But we definitely want to be a source of information in terms of horror and the horror community. We want to bring you listeners that information because we try to kind of get it into our episodes as it is. We kind of try and talk a little bit like before we talk the movie we're going to talk about. We have a little bit of upfront discussion, but it's nice to just be able to sit here, not talk a particular thing, and just kind of ramble about our love for the genre and the community. And honestly, let's keep physical media alive.
Fuck yeah.
So
yeah.
Well, listen, guys, make sure you rate, review, and subscribe for the podcast. As Chris was saying, this is a fun experience for us here on the show. It is amazing that you guys come back every week and listen to us. And we couldn't do the show without you, as cliche as that shit sounds. It is the truth. So helping us reach more people. If you know a person that likes podcasts and horror, recommend us to them. and then leave a review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to. That also helps us get our episodes into new listeners' ears. And leave a review for Spotify listeners. I've been leaving questionnaires down below. I'm not a Spotify user, so I'm not entirely too sure on how it works, but apparently on your Spotify app, there is a section where you can answer questions that I will be posting to Spotify. So there'll be, something simple. What did you think of this film? Have you seen this film? Recommend us movies to check out. A lot of things. So make sure you check in the description once you get done listening to this episode, leave a review, and check out the questionnaire. And we'll see you guys Sunday. Well, technically, you'll see us Monday, but we'll see you guys in a couple of days to talk with Matthew John Lawrence and Jeff Riddle of Uncle Peckerhead.
Hell yeah.
See you guys.
See you guys.